It was the royal moment fans had been waiting for, a crossover between international sports royalty and Britain's most historic throne. A moment soaked in prestige, legacy, emotion, and yes, just a hint of family drama. In a world where fame can be fleeting and celebrity honors come and go like trends on the internet, this was different. Today, the world stopped as David Beckham stepped into history. Not as a global football icon, not as a fashion legend, not even as a business mogul, but as Sir David Beckham, knighted by King Charles III in a grand ceremony at Windsor Castle. This was the moment the boy from East London became a permanent part of British legacy. But amid the applause, flashing cameras, and shimmering royal glory, one shadow loomed large. One absence screamed louder than the cheers. The Beckham family feud reappeared on one of the most important days of his life. And the missing figure was none other than his eldest son, Brooklyn Beckham. As Sir David Beckham stood tall in his impeccably tailored suit, designed by none other than his fashion powerhouse wife, Victoria Beckham, his voice shook with emotion. Gone was the global superstar energy. Instead, there stood a humble boy remembering where he came from. "You know, the 14-year-old boy from East London standing here in the castle?" he said, voice soft but filled with awe. Years of dedication, discipline, and service had brought him here. From captaining Manchester United and Real Madrid, to representing England with pride, to shaping modern football culture and becoming a symbol of British excellence, it all led to this moment. But behind the tears and gratitude was a story very different. One not about royalty, but about family, scars, and silence. While three of his children stood proudly by his side, the absence of Brooklyn once again exposed the cracks within one of the world's most powerful celebrity families. The cameras panned across the royal hall, and there she was, Victoria Beckham, ever elegant, ever poised. The former Spice Girl turned global fashion icon had crafted not only her husband's suit, but had helped support this chapter of his life for decades. From pop stardom to becoming one of the most influential figures in fashion, she had been the backbone of this love story, shaping the Beckham brand, one iconic moment at a time. Standing beside her children, she beamed with pride as King Charles III took notice of her creation, reportedly remarking, "Wow, that's a beautiful suit." It wasn't just a compliment, it was a royal acknowledgement of her vision, talent, and unwavering support. Yet even her polished smile couldn't hide the slight tension when onlookers noticed the empty space where Brooklyn Beckham should have been. This crowned moment wasn't just a ceremony, it was a statement. It was recognition not just of a football legend, but of a loyal supporter of the royal family. While many celebrities distanced themselves from monarchy culture, David Beckham leaned in, proudly representing tradition. He and Victoria Beckham attended the royal weddings of both Prince William and Kate Middleton and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, blending effortlessly into the royal celebrity universe. But perhaps the most emotional moment of all came in 2022, when the world mourned the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. While other global figures arrived with security escorts and hidden entrances, David Beckham stood in line like every other Brit, waiting more than 12 hours, shoulder to shoulder with the people to pay his respects. That day became a viral symbol of loyalty and humility. It wasn't about fame, it was about honor. But as history was made today, the whispers were louder than the cheers. Where was Brooklyn? Insiders claim ongoing tension has escalated between him and the family, sparked by conflicts surrounding his marriage to Nicola Peltz and rumors of emotional distance with his parents. The public has noticed it for months: missed holidays, unshared birthdays, absent appearances, and today, the narrative crystallized. While his siblings celebrated their father's crowning moment, Brooklyn remained missing. Some say he wanted to avoid attention. Others whisper that the rift is deeper, that old wounds haven't healed. In the royal halls filled with honor, tradition, and symbolism, this absence became its own headline. And yet, in true Beckham fashion, the story remains layered. Like every family, even the most perfect public image carries shadows behind closed doors. Fame may build empires, but it also builds pressure, expectations, misunderstandings, distance. The Beckham family has always given the world glamorous perfection, but today reminded everyone that even icons bleed quietly. When Sir David Beckham accepted the sword upon his shoulder from King Charles III, his voice filled with nostalgia, gratitude, and pride. This wasn't just a knighthood, it was validation. A lifetime of passion, decades of discipline, a legacy that outlives football. From childhood dreams on the fields of East London to global stadiums in Manchester, Madrid, Los Angeles, and beyond, his journey became one of the most inspirational stories in sports history. And yet, beyond the royal ceremony, beyond the flashing lights and elegant perfection, this moment brings a deeper question. Will this achievement be the turning point that heals the Beckham family divide? Will Brooklyn look at his father's knighthood and feel pride strong enough to bridge the silence? Insiders close to the family say David has been quietly hoping for reconciliation, especially during milestones like this. Despite the glitz and the crown, the heart of the story remains simple. A father, a son, and a space between them, base, waiting to be crossed. As Sir David Beckham steps into history, the world watches not just a knight rise, but a family poised on the edge of healing. Perhaps the next chapter won't be in a royal hall, but around a family table, where pride gives way to forgiveness and silence breaks into laughter once again. For now, the day belongs to the boy from East London, who dared to dream, worked relentlessly, and earned a title reserved for legends. He is Sir David Beckham, a football hero, a global icon, a proud husband, a devoted father. And whether through royal halls or family heartbeats, his story continues to inspire.